Hey everybody, my name is James Villines. I'm a Full Sail student. I'm in the degree of game design, and today I'd like to talk about physics and how they're incorporated in video games. I'm going to do that with basically a cutscene and a level from a game that I really like, and I'm going to show that to you now. So this game is called Saints Row 3, and I picked it because it's one of my favorites, and this I think is one of the greatest second levels of any video games ever made. And what's happening here is our characters are on a plane which is pilotless and going down, and it's just generally bad times. Everything's out of control. All the boxes are shifting, and of course they're going to fall out of the back of it completely unprepared. Now our boss character, who is up there in the front, the male, is wearing a parachute. His partner is not, and she plummets off towards the earth. Now, what's happening right now is that gravitational force is pulling them towards the earth. Our boss is not falling as fast as his partner because of wind resistance. His surface is getting bigger and smaller as he's falling, and that wind resistance is slowing him down. Now, he's dispatching these bad guys. This guy's clinging to him or flailing around, making the surface larger, causing more air resistance, causing the boss to fall slower. He dispatches that guy, pulls a chute, and on to the next group of bad guys. Now, as he flips around, you'll see as he flips around, he slows down a little bit every time. It's because he's making a bigger surface, causing more air resistance. As he's shooting and whatnot, he's making himself larger and therefore falling slower. Now, once these guys are dispatched, he's going to tuck in. He's going to reduce his surface. His speed's going to increase, and he's going to zip off towards his compatriot and catch her. Now, as he's falling faster, like I said, he's decreased his surface. He's decreasing air resistance. The force of gravitational pull is pulling him faster to the ground, causing him to accelerate. And so he accelerates, he captures her, and now he's going to release his parachute, and that's going to cause a lot of air resistance, and that's going to cause them to slow down. Now, don't ask me where the plane comes from. I realized they fell out of the back of the plane, and now they're in front of the plane. It's a possibility that the plane did a loop-de-loop and then came back around. We're not sure. All that's important is that it's pilotless and it's headed right towards them. So our character is going to have to do something about this plane. Obviously, he's going to have to do the most spectacular thing possible. So what he's going to do is he's going to reduce mass by dropping his friend, much to her chagrin. Then he is going to shoot out the window and get rid of the parachute, thus getting rid of his air resistance, and now he is falling through the plane. He's going to shoot this guy and take his parachute here in a second because that guy just happens to have a parachute. But what's happening here is the plane is falling laterally under power, and our friend, our boss, is falling through the plane as it's falling. So they're falling at different angles, and at different rates of speed, but they're both still falling. They're both still in a free fall, but with air resistance. A true free fall would have no air resistance, but obviously we have air resistance because it's Earth, and Earth has an atmosphere and it's full of air molecules, so you have to fight your way through those molecules to gain speed. So here we are again, lots of firefight, lots of shooting, lots of flipping, lots of slowing down and speeding up. Now, another weird thing about this plane is that it also had an infinite amount of cargo on it, so you're going to see a lot of that as we go through here. But again, he's shooting the bad guys. He's using the force of gravity to increase his speed. Now he's trying to reach terminal velocity. Terminal velocity is when the pressure of the air resistance and the force of Earth's gravity equalize, and he can no longer go any faster. Basically, once you reach terminal velocity, you're falling as fast as you can possibly fall, which he's doing right now by avoiding obstacles, tucking in, getting up on his partner. He grabs her. She's safe. He's going to pull the parachute, and voila, Earth's going to float safely to the ground, surrounded by burning cargo. So that's video game physics. So that's video game physics, and when I say video game physics, I mean those are the physics that are placed into that physics engine to give real-world physics attributes to the characters and objects within video games. And it doesn't just apply to falling or to anything, shooting or wind resistance, flight. It has a lot to do with everything. It has to do with sound. It has to do with light. It has to do with the simple ability for a character to jump and how high that character can jump. Modern video games are basically built in giant physics engines, big physics simulators, And it's very important that we as game designers understand physics, at least the fundamentals of those physics, so that we can incorporate them in our video games and give the players the as real an environment or unreal environment as we choose based on our applications of said physics. Once again, my name is James Lex Villines. I am in game design with Full Sail University, and thank you for watching my clip.